Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, the moment of truth has arrived. And we shall, through this initiative, expose the veritable temple of broken promises and deceptions of the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government. Obviously, the NPP government has been living in their own world, a world far removed from the real world of the suffering people of Ghana. In their delusion, they claim to have delivered on many of their promises. Obviously, they have. Let's clap for Bawumia and his boss for the so-called delivery they have made in respect of their gratuitous election promises. I think you would clap for Bawumia. It's important. Let's clap for him. Oh, yes, they have delivered on their promises. They have delivered on their promise to pay all contractors within the first 100 days of the administration, such that today, Get Fund contractors are threatening demonstrations and closures of the schools they built. Indeed, they have for the past 2 years delivered $1 million each. $1 million, I take that again, to each of the 275 constituencies in Ghana, such that today, all 275 constituencies have received $2 million each for the construction of KVIP toilets. That is what they have used that money for. Yes, they have delivered on their promise to provide a congenial atmosphere for the growth of the financial sector by supervising the contraction, of the sector from a positive growth of 22.3% as at last quarter 2016 to a negative growth of 13.1%. Again, they have delivered on their promise of a lean government by appointing 111 ministers and employing over 1,600 persons at the office of government machinery. Indeed, they have delivered, such that in 2018, out of a total of 636 million Ghana cedis allocated to the Ministry of Trade as stimulus package for industries, only as an insignificant $1 million has been disbursed with the year almost about to end. They have delivered on the promise of one village, one dam, by providing a handful of dugouts and excavated ponds. 419 deliveries is their specialty. Yes, they have delivered on their promise not to borrow by accumulating almost half the total debt of Ghana from independence to date. That is increasing the public debt of Ghana by a whopping 50 billion Ghana cedis in only 2 years, with very little to show on the ground. Friends from the media, yes, they have delivered on their promise to move Ghana from taxation to production by increasing VAT by 5% under the guise of VAT conversion and introducing new taxes like luxury vehicle tax, etc. Again, they have delivered on their promise to stabilize the exchange rate so well that the Ghana cedi is currently struggling against all major foreign currencies. Today, the NPP so-called economic messiah, Dr. Bawumia, has completely lost his mojo due to his manifest impotence and cluelessness. He has chickened out from economics and is now seeking refuge in technology, to bracket Ghana Post GPS and drone technology. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, by popular request, I'll repeat these points for the sake of emphasis. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the NPP have delivered on their promise to stabilize the exchange rate so well that the Ghana cedi is currently struggling against all major currencies in the world. Today, The NPP so-called economic messiah, Dr. Bawumia, has completely lost his mojo due to his manifest impotence and cluelessness. He has chickened out from economics and is now seeking refuge in technology. That is Ghana Post GPS and drone technologies. Thank you. They have delivered on their promise to build one factory in every district by appropriating existing private businesses, some of which have been in existence for over 10 years as their one district, one factory projects. A phenomenon that is so ridiculous that the joke in town today, ladies and gentlemen, is that very soon, even Guinness Ghana Limited, Coca-Cola, Gihok Distilleries, and maybe the Accra Mall will be commissioned as one district, one factory. Yes, they have delivered on their promise to reduce corporate tax from 25% to 20%, such that today, rural banks are happy about, quote, the crippling effects. These were their words while I was in opposition, of the 25% corporate tax they have been paying over the last 24 months. Yes, they have, through their stellar performance, delivered on their promise to create sustainable jobs by causing the collapse of several businesses, leading to thousands of job losses. Most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, they have delivered their free SHS promise with a half-baked and haphazardly implemented policy that has reintroduced shift system in our senior high schools, much to the chagrin of parents and students. Indeed, they have enhanced access to secondary education by completing all the Mahama Community Day senior high schools and building their promised 350 additional ones, such that today our students sleep on bare floors and sit on stones to be tutored in the city of Accra. Yes, they have delivered. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, they have also delivered their promise to spare parts dealers and other importers by increasing import duties and charges astronomically, thereby suffocating their businesses. They have truly delivered massive whipping and wailing in Abosokai, Makola, Agbobulushi, Kejetia, among other importers and businesses. They have delivered on the promise to fight corruption by setting up an Office of Special Prosecutor, whose office has been starved of needed funding and logistics, thereby making him helpless and hapless. In fact, they have delivered by redefining corruption and turning the presidency into a clearinghouse for whitewashing corrupt government officials, cash for seats, and Australian visa force scandals. Indeed, they have delivered in paying lip service to the fight against corruption. Yes, they have fulfilled their promise to protect the public purse by spending a whopping 10 million Ghana cedis, which is equivalent to 100 billion old Ghana cedis, on the fraudulent, dubious, useless Ghana Post GPS app. Indeed, friends from the media, our friends from the NPP have delivered on their promise to support the cocoa sector by selling, I repeat, by selling, in quotes, not for sale fertilizers to our cocoa farmers. We also know how they have deliberately refused to increase the producer price of cocoa for 2 consecutive years, while spending lavishly on administrative expenses at the headquarters of Cocoa Board. Indeed, they have demonstrated their love for our farmers by halting all cocoa road projects, commenced by the Mahama administrations. Ladies and gentlemen, I think our brothers from the NPP deserve a round of applause. Let's clap for them. Whereas his predecessor allocated about 1.8 billion to the Office of Government Machinery in 4 years, the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government has delivered on their promise of cutting down expenditure at the presidency by allocating a whopping 3.4 billion to the same outfit in only 2 years. Let me repeat this point so that you appreciate the gravamen of the issue. We are saying that whereas his predecessor allocated about 1.8 billion Ghana cedis to the Office of Government Machinery in 4 years, the Akufo-Addo Bawumia government has delivered on their promise of cutting down expenditure at the presidency by allocating a whopping 3.4 billion to the same outfit in only 2 years. They claim to be delivering in agriculture. They really must be delivering. No wonder that under their watch, they have increased annual rice importation from about $400 million as of December 2016 to over $1 billion currently. Indeed, they have delivered in agriculture by supervising a 7.2% decline in Ghana's national cocoa output. They promise massive developments in the districts. We need to clap for their massive delivery, seeing how they have brought development in the districts to a halt by virtually strangulating the District Assembly Common Fund. Today, very little money is available for the MMDAs to pursue any serious development. Yes, we know that they have delivered on the promise not to run a family and friends government by practicing nepotism on an unparalleled scale, thereby becoming the most nepotistic government ever in the history of Ghana, and I dare say, in the history of the world.